Hey there, it's the happiest day with hopefully improved lighting. Let me know in the comments. Uh, so I just got back home from watching the Mario movie. You know, the one that came out today, April 5th. So this is going to be my perhaps in-depth review. First of all, I should mention I watched it in 4D, 3D, XD, all that fancy stuff. So like my chair was moving and I was getting water sprayed in my face and I was smelling all types of stuff and I had the 3D glasses on. So all that stuff. And I do think that will kind of have a sway on my review. Because this is my first ever 4D movie I've watched. And it definitely affected how I perceive the movie. Like, for example, right? Wait, am I going to say spoilers in this review? I didn't even think about that. I guess I'll do no spoilers, or maybe just spoilers to the end. But I'll warn you, okay? I make sure to be a good guy. So, for example, right? This is a Mario movie, so we can assume there's jumping. In scenes with jumping, when you're watching the 4D version, the wind is hitting you. You're like moving like you're Mario, and that really spiced up certain scenes. First of all, the first thing I'd like to mention, the voices and the voice acting. Of course, a lot of critically acclaimed voice actors or just celebrities in general were a major part in this film, right? Whether it's Jack Black as Bowser or Chris Pratt as Mario. And I think they did good jobs. The voice acting wasn't anything spectacular. My boots weren't knocked off or anything. But they did show off the characters pretty well. One thing I was worried about was I wanted to know if Chris Pratt just sounded like Chris Pratt the whole time, but he does sound like a Mario. Like, it's not just like Chris Pratt movie of him just dubbing over Mario scenes. Like, he makes Mario sound interesting. They even have a whole explanation for why Mario has the accent and all that. The voice acting was well done. The animation itself, incredible. It was great stuff. I don't want to say it's on the tier of maybe Puss in Boots. I think that might have my favorite animation of the year, but it was good stuff. The animation was very good. If you want to compare it to other Illumination work, right? Like Despicable Me, the Minions series, I definitely think this was on par or even better. The Mushroom Kingdom was very vibrant and alive. They really covered the whole Mario aesthetic very well. And in general, I didn't expect this movie to ever be made. A Mario movie was never something I'd ever thought of, and especially made by Illumination. But I feel like they definitely were the right people for the job. Now, one thing I probably should mention is that this was very much a kid's movie. I'm not saying there was fart jokes or anything, but when you hop in that theater, realize you're hopping into the kindergarten playground. I tell you, literally the seat right next to me was a little girl narrating every single scene going on. And I wasn't annoyed by it, right? Again, it's like a kid. And if anything, their insight was kind of entertaining. But this is kind of a kid's movie at heart. You're gonna be in that playground. You're gonna be on the monkey bars and all that. Let's see the humor. I thought the humor was pretty hit or miss. I thought it was pretty hit or miss. Of course, humor is subjective, but I think personally, I laugh at a lot. I feel like it's pretty easy to make me laugh. I did not laugh out loud hardly at all in this movie. And there were scenes, right, or there were jokes where most of the theater was laughing, but I wasn't. So maybe it was just a me thing for the humor of this movie. There were a lot of moments, right, where I'd hear something and I'd be like, that's funny. That's a well-crafted joke. But it didn't actually make me laugh. I don't know, man. Especially coming from Illumination, right? Personally, I think Minions and Despicable Me is peak humor. It doesn't get better than that. That's some good stuff. The humor was not hitting like that. The humor was not hitting like that. Again, some jokes were clever, well done. The situational irony or what have you. But it wasn't the funniest thing ever. Humor, I'd probably give it a 6, maybe slightly above average. humor wasn't anything crazy, but they had jokes. There's some stuff. There were different references scattered throughout the movie to past properties or what have you. Those were cool. You know, there were a few like moments. You know, they put some stuff in there for people to react. You know, like the real thumbnail catching stuff. So you know, if you're a big fan, there'll be stuff for you to pick apart in the background. What else? The action scenes were strong. Story. Okay, again, if you're in the 4D seat, the action scenes throw you in. Like you're getting punched. You're getting punched and kicked. If Mario falls over, like you're falling over. It's pretty sick stuff. I do recommend watching this movie in 4D. It might be extra $10 for your ticket or what have you, but like, bro, that $10 is kind of worth it. There's this one specific scene when pseudo spoilers, obvious spoilers, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, in the fight with Bowser. I know, right? Bowser's in the movie. There's one specific part in the fight with Bowser where Bowser doesn't attack and like you feel it, and it's like that's great stuff. The plot was kind of stupid. Like Bowser's motivation didn't really make sense. But again, I think that's supposed to be part of the comedy. The story as a whole, maybe I'd give it 6 or 7 out of 10. It wasn't terrible or anything, and they were able to find a pretty fluid way to connect different like things in the Mario franchise that you like know and be used to. So they did you do kind of get the bang for your buck, where it's like, hey, this Mario movie shows all types of stuff from the Mario landscape. They did do that well. Well, ultimately, the story wasn't anything crazy. The end was nice and simple. What else? What else is there to say? Story, humor, characters, animation, soundtrack. I'm not even gonna lie. I don't really notice the soundtracks most of the time when I'm watching movies. Again, there were a few musical references. The action scenes were pretty good. I don't know. Maybe I'll make this longer in the future. All right, finishing up. General review score. I think I'll give it a 7.5 out of 10. It's a solid, good movie. I wasn't blown away, but I feel like certain people would be blown away. And it's a Mario movie, and it's well done. It's not garbage at all or anything. Ultimately, I give it a 7.5 out of 10, 7.5 out of 10. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. I recommend it, especially in the 4D with the 3D glasses, and you're getting swung around and stuff. And that's the end. Like, subscribe, comment, and I'll see you next time.